Cam Coleman leave Auburn as the best receiver in school history? Let's talk about it. In case you've been living under a rock, Cam Coleman is on the plains, and the Phoenix City native is making quite a bit of noise already. As a top 5 overall prospect, fans are excited about his height, his catch radius, his speed. Hell, people are excited about Coleman's hair depending on who you talk to. So how is Cam Coleman doing so far this spring? Well, sources tell me that Cam Coleman is part of the Auburn Football Illuminati, and they have secret meetings every night of the week to throw and catch the football with Illuminati leader Walker White. Now, why is this important? We all know to be great, you have to put in a lot of work on your own, and you can't just rely on the reps you get in practice. Now, all that work will hopefully culminate in Coleman being the best of all time in Hugh Freeze's offense. So let's take a look at where the bar is and where it should be for Coleman to reach that never-before-seen place in Auburn receiving history. 1999 was the last time Auburn produced a 1,000-yard receiver. That man's name was Ronnie Daniels, and Ronnie was a bad man. Ben Leard was his quarterback, and together the pair produced the last 1,000-yard receiving season that Auburn has had, and that was 25 years ago. Damn. Since Daniels, only Darvin Adams and Sammy Coates have come close to breaking the 1,000-yard receiving mark, and they were catching passes from Cam Newton and Nick Marshall. Auburn won a national title the last time a receiver got close to 1,000 yards, so if you don't think this mark is significant, I don't know what to tell you. Now, for reference, Terry Beasley is Auburn's all-time receiving leader with 2,507 yards over a 3-year span. Beasley managed to break the 1,000-yard mark one time in his career with 1,051 yards in 1970. Other notable receivers that Coleman will be trying to catch or pass include Courtney Taylor with 737 yards receiving in 2004, Amory Blake with 789 yards receiving in 2012, Sammy Coates with 902 yards receiving in 2013, Ricardo Lewis with 716 yards receiving in 2015, Ryan Davis with 815 yards receiving in 2017, Darius Slayton with 670 yards receiving in 2018, Seth Williams with 860 yards receiving in 2019, and Anthony Schwartz with 636 yards receiving in 2020. So as you can see, it's been a mixed bag of results for the Tigers in the receiving game, and they'll be looking to Coleman to break a lot of the numbers I just listed to get Auburn to the top of the mountain. Now, last year, the SEC produced only 4 1,000-yard receivers, and 2 of them played for LSU and caught passes from Heisman winner Jaden Daniels. So while this isn't an easy mark to reach, wisdom might suggest that a top 5 overall recruit might be the one to get you there. So will he do it? Will Cam Coleman reach 1,000 yards in a single season and go on to break Beasley's career mark? Time will tell, but let us know in the comments after the video. Do you think Cam Coleman will break Beasley's mark, and how many yards you think he'll get? While you're at it, visit goldenscastiron.com for all your dumbbell and kettlebell needs. We love them for sponsoring this segment, and you should too. What's up, Aubur family? We're back with another episode of The Mix. I got a special guest today. We're having a little different flavor than this one. Joining me is tight end Micah Riley. We're going to talk a little bit about what's going on. As we're recording this, you just came straight from practice.
Yep,
It's the springtime, Micah. Man, let's jump right in here. Talk to me a little bit about how things are going this spring.
Yeah, they're going good right now. We're just trying to bring everybody together, change the culture. Just buy into what Freeze and our coaches are trying to teach us right now. So I think that's the main thing that we're trying to get together right now during spring and just establish, that culture that we need. So
last year was a little disappointing in terms of the end result, right? And I want to focus on you specifically, right? Like the whole tight end room returned, right? I'm not gonna lie, in my mind I was like, I don't know if Michael might come back because it gets crowded at some point and there's only one football, right? You made the decision to continue your career here at Auburn. What went into that decision to continue here when you got the opportunity to transfer if you want to?
Yeah, I think Just really this program, the fans, those are things you really can't get at other schools. Like, at the end of the day, the money and stuff like that it's gonna be there. Like whether I make it to the league or I transfer or whatever, like that's not really what I'm worried about right now. I want to become a better football player, a better man, and I think Freeze's message and Coach Ben's message to me, those are the things that they're trying to really teach and help us get better at. So
did they tell you exactly like where they felt like you could be a better player? Like what was that conversation like?
Yeah, just details. That's really the main thing right now.
Yeah.
Physicality has never been an issue, like my speed and stuff like that. I'm getting better every day. That's not really the thing. It's just, like I said, playing detailed.
Yeah.
Just staying within my rules, trying to go out there, have the right footwork, all that small stuff, hand placement, things like that, that I'm getting really a lot better at. But those are going to help me in the long run, you know what I mean? Like those type of things. If I play with great technique, that'll keep me in, say I get to the league, God willing, that'll help me have a long career.
Micah, I see you guys playing maybe a decent amount of 12 personnel next year. Tight ends got to be able to do a lot of things, including block. Now, my sources tell me that you're the best blocker in the room. And I saw some video of you just running a dude over. Was it Cal?
Yeah,
Cal we were looking at. Man, have you talked to the coaches about the opportunity maybe to play more based on the fact that, you're a phenomenal blocker, and that's something obviously you need to make a lot of aspects of the offense work?
Yeah, I think I've showed that to them. I think they understand that I bring a lot to the table, whether it's come from the passing game and the blocking game. Like I really am able to do everything, and I think they understand that too. And that was a big thing about, like I said, the future of where we're going as a program. Like, the older guys came back. You mentioned that. But at the end of the day, we're still a brotherhood. Those are my guys, and I can learn something from everybody in there. You know what I mean? Like, from Valdo, I've learned a lot about my route running and my technique and things that can help me get better. And with Luke, it's been how to be a better man, my faith, my details in blocking, just playing with great technique. B. Fraze, just being a big brother, somebody you can trust and love on. T. From left, but he was a great leader and a great friend too, and somebody I looked up to. So I think just the big thing is just taking pieces from everybody, and this is their last year.
Yeah. And
also a big thing is just like I said, we're brothers. Like they've taken me under their wing for a really long time, and I owe it to them to give my 100%. You know what I mean, to this program and to this team. And if I'm gonna stay here and be invested, I got to be all in. You know what I mean. And they got 1 year, like I said, so we're just trying to go all in and get it turned around for them, because I know they've had some rough seasons here. But we owe it to them to change this around. So.
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
Talk to me about some moments where maybe your teammates held you accountable as a young player. Right?
Yeah.
Because listen, I won't bore you yesterday, so I know there had to be some moments where, as a young guy, you probably maybe did some things that you weren't supposed to do, or said something you weren't supposed to say.
For sure. There's definitely been them situations. I think everybody has them though, especially like the younger guys that are coming in now. A lot of people just haven't had somebody really try to tell them what they need to do to be successful, you know what I mean? And they haven't had that leadership. Everybody comes from different backgrounds, you know what I mean? And some people just aren't used to that. So I think finding somebody that you really like trust and
respect
and have a good relationship with will really help in those moments. Like Luke, like I said, there's times where he's had to call me out and I got to call him out, you know what I mean? We hold each other accountable, but that's because we have a great relationship, you know what I mean? And that's, like I said, what we're trying to build right now, whether you're a freshman, a senior, or walk-on, like, everybody matters, you know what I mean? And you play your part for the team, for the team's, glory, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think just being able to take accountability is something that I've tried to work on, as my career's developed and I've gotten older. And I've definitely gotten better at it. And I think just being coachable, you know what I mean? That's something you have to be able to do, especially at this level. Like, you just got to take the punches, you know what I mean? Get back to it, So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
let's talk about Mama Ducker for a second, right? A little active on social media. Yeah, and she loves you a lot,
Yeah.
right? We talked off camera a little bit about how she's been kind of your rock there, throughout this time. Can you describe what like her support has meant to you, going into this next phase in your life? I mean, you're dealing with a lot of things right now at the college level. There's the pressure of being a student athlete, and you got to go to class, and you're practically a celebrity everywhere you go, but you got to stay grounded. What role has Mama Ducker played in Micah staying grounded?
Yeah, I think she just raised me right. I mean, she did it herself for a really long time, and I think she just instilled good morals with us. You know what I mean? Me and my sister. Not everybody has their problems and things that they go through, and she was young. She had a lot of inexperience that she had to just figure out along the way. But I think, like I said, the morals that she instilled in us, we've kept to this day. And just, I can give you an example, just loving people, being yourself, and just expressing that everybody matters, things like that. Like I think that's really important. You know what I mean? And yeah, she's definitely helped me stay grounded. I can call her whenever, you know what I mean? She gonna pick up.
You guys talk every week?
Every day.
Okay.
Every day, like that's my rock, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So we might talk too much sometimes, you know what I mean? I'm really open with her about everything, and she's open with me too, and that's just the type of relationship we have, you know what I mean? And I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for her. So yeah.
Yeah. Strength and conditioning, right?
Yeah.
You guys are all monsters in that room right now, right? Like, and obviously this is you got a limited time kind of to change your body in between, the end of the bowl game and beginning of practice, and then you go into the summer and you got to do that last little bit of conditioning work before you get into fall camp. How has that been going for you guys in terms of developing a winning mindset in the weight room? Like, are you hitting goals right now? Do you feel like the guys around you are hitting goals in the weight room?
Yeah, I think we're all taking that next step. Just trying to bring everybody along. Those young guys that haven't been in the college weight room, it's a lot different for them. Especially like that first week that they got here, it was a lot different. You know what I mean? And they just had to train their mind to be able to develop that, and just like I said, move on and take them punches. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's definitely different, especially the conditioning. Like, there's really nothing you can do to prepare for those conditions. You know what I mean? Like, you just kind of have to roll with it. But
what are you throwing up on the bench right now?
On the bench, probably like 285, 275.
285? Okay,
yeah.
All right, it's respectable.
I got them shoulder problems. You know what I mean? but I'm definitely getting stronger. I think everybody in the room is getting faster.
Do you guys work more on functional strength over like traditional stuff?
Yeah, we're not really. That's why I like Coach Dom. He's very detailed in the things that we do. He wants to make sure that our bodies are working right, every detail. If your hip flexors are tight, there's probably another reason throughout your body that's feeling that way. You know what I mean? And we get to those little things, and if you have a question, you can go in there and talk to him, and he'll help you out. And I really appreciate him, taking us to that next level. He's gonna push us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's his job, but he's definitely doing a great job, and he's helping a lot of people take that next step. And you'll definitely see some differences with everybody and their body builds and just the way everybody plays. It'll translate over. So yeah, we're definitely taking that next step.
Strength and conditioning plays a pretty big role in developing a winning mindset, right? Like, you guys train.
You got to strain.
Yeah, to so that when you get into a game, you can handle that strain. But I want to talk about maybe kind of like the psychological strain that you are under when things aren't going so well, right? 4th and 31 was her around the world last year. It was tough, right? And that's the second year out of 3 that Auburn has had a heartbreaking loss in an Iron Bowl. Harson's first year.
Yep.
Obviously, 4 OTs. And it's been tough going against Alabama. Like, what did the team feel in that moment? Like, what did Free say to you guys after the game? After you had the game and won.
Yeah, just disappointment, frustration. It was sickening, man. It was just really, I've never experienced anything like that, but I think at the end of the day, it'll bring us all together and bring us closer. We were right there.
Now to beat them,
it wasn't.
They were beat.
It wasn't a talent issue.
Right.
We're there. We're gonna hit you in the mouth. That's the mindset. You know what I mean? Whether you're Bama, Georgia, it doesn't really matter to us. Like, we coming. You know what I mean? And that's how you have to play the game. But I think just we went toe to toe and the ball rolled their way, you know. So, but I think it definitely brought us closer together, and we're definitely having a different environment and a different culture now because of the things like that we went through together. You know what I mean? And even the bowl game, like it was all of our older guys that really were making plays throughout the year were gone. So it's like young guys are throwing in the roles and they just gotta, like I said, figure it out, take them punches. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it didn't go great. Like it didn't go good at all. You know, and that was the first time we kind of had to figure out, like, what are we gonna quit? We just gonna give up? Like, what are we gonna do here? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just that adversity, you know what I mean? But we're definitely fixing the culture, and everybody's buying in, and it's a different environment right now. So
okay, well, you know, Freeze's first year, obviously there's a lot of things that you're trying to lay a foundation in year one, right? That road sometimes is paved with disappointments, right? You guys had 7 of them last year. Yeah. Going into next year, there's got to be a belief, right, that you can move things forward.
We know we can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A big part of that is who's going to play quarterback. Now, Peyton Thorne returns for his second year. You got Holden in the room that you're familiar with. Robbie's gone. Yep. But you've got Walker White, and then you had the surprise of Hank Brown in the bowl game. Yep. So far through camp, what's it been like with those guys in that competition from your, as a pass catcher, from your standpoint?
Yeah, I think it's been great. I think they're battling every day, and they're taking stuff from each other, you know, learning from each other, because that's really the goal of spring, just to learn, you know, get comfortable in our offense, because we're all learning new stuff, you know what I mean, and just be able to go out there and ball. But they're definitely all on it right now.
Yeah,
they're trying to compete, you know what I mean. That's really the goal of it all. So yeah, they're doing good though.
Give me some tea. Right, like, so here's some tea. So Hank is kind of doing, in my mind, you guys vibe a little bit because, you know, you got, again, you're young, he's young, and you guys both have all these experienced guys in front of you that've been in college longer or got more playing time, right? He gets his chance to go into the bowl game and balled, right? Like, now 7 of 9, 132 yards. You know, Auburn didn't see a lot of that last season from the quarterback position, but he provided that spark. Now he's got to go into the spring believing that he can maybe somehow use that to springboard himself into a real quarterback competition, right? Like, have you had any discussions with him about, like, what that was like, you know, going in that moment and being able to really seize the moment and make it hard on Coach to, hey, listen, I mean, you were overlooking me before, you can't now.
Yeah, I think I just tried to establish with him, just like, you surprised me too. I mean, I think at the end of the year, he was still, pretty much the whole year, he was with the scout team. Like, he wasn't really getting reps with the 1s or the 2s.
Bro went from scout team.
He wasn't, you know what I mean? Like, he's not getting live reps at the offense, you know what I mean? So
how hard is that?
Extremely. So it's like, for him to be able to come in on his own time, study, learn all this stuff without actually going through it live and come in the game and make plays, you know, that's special, you know what I mean? And, like, I think that was probably a confidence boost for him too. I mean, I hope it was, you know, like, he showed that he can play, you know, and I think Holden has too. He showed them flashes, and Peyton has too. So I think it's just going to be a good battle. Walker, he's coming in, he has a lot to learn, you know. Yeah,
it's tough for
he's young, you know what I mean? But he's going to be great too. He's going to play here, you know, for a long time. So it's just, they got to battle, and we'll see what happens. But I love all them boys, and yeah.
So, Derrick Nix has joined Auburn Football, so maybe a little bit of a change up from Philip Montgomery. You know, we talked a little bit off camera, but I want you to kind of characterize Derrick Nix for fans. You mentioned he's a little bit more serious, maybe than his predecessor.
A little bit, yeah. I like that though. You know, I mean, when he speaks, you know, people listen. He has that voice, you know what I mean, and
like
he's done this
commanding
presence.
You
know what I mean? Yeah, the presence, and he's been here for a long time, or he worked, you know, coached for a really long time. So. When he's, like I said, when he speaks, you know, you need to listen. You know what I mean? Take that coaching, take that criticism, because he knows what he's talking about. And I think that's probably part of the reason Freeze brought him in. He could trust him. He knows that's his guy, you know. Yeah. And if he has to hand him over the keys whenever, he can do that. You know what I mean? Because he's done it with him for so long. So, but yeah, he's a good dude. And, I'm ready to learn from him. So,
you know, team building. Harson's, I think it was his second year or something. You guys did like paintballing.
We did the whole bunch of
yeah,
stuff.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you guys done anything cool like that this off season to maybe try to build some camaraderie?
We had we had a dodgeball tournament. The whole team was there.
What? A dodgeball?
Dodgeball tournament in the indoor. It was mandatory. It was fun. Yeah, it was fun. But like dodgeball, we went bowling as a team. We rented out a whole place. You know, thanks to the guys upstairs. You know, they did that for us. You know what I mean? So that we can come together. And like I said, we try to make everything mandatory. You know, but you know, you got if you want to be there, you want to be a part of the team and build that culture, you got to come. You know what I mean? And
most guys showing up to that stuff?
Yeah. And the majority of people are, and all the young guys and the people in my class, like the people that are really going to be here, all our older leaders, you know, they're showing up, they're being there, they're trying to build that for the future. You know what I mean? And we appreciate that, you know. And like I said, the bowling was fun. Like we in there, they got music playing, we turn it up, you know, having fun, eating. Like,
I was told that Eugene Asante bowls with his shirt off.
Bro, he took his shirt off, bro. Like mid bowling alley and he just standing there just looking. But yeah, bro, it was a good time. It was a really good time, and
let's work with myself.
that culture council, they're really doing a good job, and they're holding everybody accountable, but they're also holding each other accountable because, you know, at the end of the day, we're all teammates, and we got to hold each other accountable, whether you're a culture counselor, like I said, freshman or walk-on, you know, take criticism and be able to move on.